Hi, y'all. Thanks for the opportunity to share some thoughts about social media. I'm Rebecca Krause Hardy. Roger asked me to be a talking head, so here goes. How does social media fit into our ongoing conversation? We're talking about audience development, audience engagement, how to build a kick-ass calendaring tool. Basically, our goal is predatory. How do we get more people to buy more tickets? Social media changes that whole equation and turns the megaphone around. How does social media build audiences? First, you treat people like they were your most loyal major donors. That kind of relationship. But it's not scalable, you say. Ha! Social media to the rescue! How's that? Social media turns your most loyal customers into your marketing department. They'll help you do the hard work, and they'll do it for free. To get there, we have to adjust our push marketing mindset. For example, as in how we think about data mining and email, where we work really hard to second guess what people want and need at arm's length. The motivation is manipulative. What does social media have to do with all this? What is social media anyway? Social media is about investing in relationships, the same kind you have with your major donors. In social media, the relationship is not exclusive. Everyone is in the conversation. It's open, it's transparent. Everyone participates in creating content. Everyone participates in building and sustaining relationships. Everyone can play. In social media, there are really three conversational elements. First, there's the content, then there's the relationships, and then there's the tools or technologies to support that content and those relationships. Let's take a look at these one at a time. There are many options for packaging, delivering, and exchanging content elements. Videos, music, blog posts, ratings, reviews, tweets, comments, blogs, pictures, tags, you name it, all kinds of things. And people participate in different ways. We have what's called a social technographics ladder of engagement. At the bottom are spectators, then there's joiners, collectors, critics, and at the very top are the creators, and that's a relatively small part of the audience. So we need to be thoughtful about what we want and expect of people. Social media, at its core, is about relationships and conversations. As individuals, we connect and share through things like social networks. And we use our social connections and relationships to help sort out things and to find meaning. I'm going to come back to that point. As an organization, we are joining ongoing and also creating new conversations. We explore the content that's out there. After listening, we add our own content and we add value to those conversations. Social media isn't passive push marking, that's a monologue. We want to invest in a dialogue, two-way conversations. By the way, arts conversations are already going on long before we join them. We need to be sensitive about that. We want to remain relevant, which means that we have to participate. One thing we instantly discover is way too much content, and that's true for everyone. I believe the solutions lie in two strategies. One is technical, and the other is what I would call interpersonal. On the technical side, as an organization, we use things like listening tools to find out what people are saying, where they are saying it, how many people are saying it, tools like Google Alerts, Technorati, Radian6, Delicious. And that is also the big challenge for the calendaring system too. On the interpersonal side, it's about how other people help us to sort through and make decisions, as in personal referrals. What do my trusted friends or people like me say? What's the payoff? The close rate on personal referrals between passionate members of your network and their friends is an amazing 75%. That's incredible, compared to 2 to 4% for direct mail. What is the currency on which these personal referrals are based? The social capital of relationships, such as trust, value, openness, respect, and transparency. Important note, these referrals among friends are explicitly not based on manipulation. Social media is not a bumper sticker. It's not a one-night stand you can simply glom onto your marketing campaign and instantly you have more butts in the seat, any more than a letter to a prospective donor brings in big bucks. You have to start both relationships with major donors and customers by listening. Listening is at the core of effective social media strategies. To decide how you will approach social media projects, you have to listen to all of your stakeholders and audience to find out what they value and what's important to them. That means engaging in a conversation in which you are equal partners. And that means investing in relationships that are trusting, valuing, listening, and respectful. I can't say that too many times. Your most loyal customers have already made a decision to invest in a relationship with you. When your organization decides to invest in social media to support your vision and mission, it involves a genuine commitment to invest in a reciprocal relationship with them. That takes institutional alignment, awareness, ownership, and buy-in. It's the end of silos. It means empowering your staff. It means creating a learning culture, transparency, everyone on the same page. Zappos is an incredible example of an organization doing that very successfully. Social media success is about empowering the passionate, what Reichhold refers to as our net promoters. I haven't talked about technology intentionally because way too many people believe that social media technology will fix the problem, when it's really about having sustained and trusting relationships with their customers. I'm having a vision of the future. Everything is integrated. I can post a friend feed, and I will automatically post to Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and my blog. And I can do it from my phone while I'm on the beach. Cool. This is so cool. These elements are becoming fully linked. They're becoming synchronized and integrated with each other. The lines between platforms are starting to blur and disappear. Soon there will be no more silos as we know them today. Technology is changing really fast, so we have to be thoughtful about where we invest our resources. Audiences are fickle. Remember Friendster, MySpace? So yesterday. What's really important is the data, the content elements, and building data exchange standards and open APIs to allow seamless data exchange between tools and users. Really important. Ron, get on it. Think about this too. Technology is only helpful and interesting when it is transparent to the task. And technology is not the same as relationships. So here's the challenge. To stay relevant, the question is not whether to have these conversations, but to discover through listening, learning, and adapting which content and in which form and in which tools are appropriate for each audience segment. To make this investment in social media work, you need to have broad institutional awareness, understanding, buy-in, and ownership. And this doesn't happen overnight. And your return on this investment is not immediate, just as a relationship is not defined by a single conversation. The ROI of social media can take time, anywhere from 6 to 18 months. First, there's organizational learning, then there's engagement, then there's conversion, and finally, there can be real-world behavioral change. Social media ROI also requires a new set of metrics. In social media, we look at traffic, conversations, network penetration, how much we're going to our friends and our friends' networks, and the quality of engagement over time. As we listen, learn, and adapt, and jump back in, as we join conversations, we add value. I'm reminded of a client who said, I started a Facebook page and nothing happened. If you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. You've got to build relationships. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, blogs, these are not relationships. They're just channels within which you build and sustain relationships and conversations, that you share content within the context of investing in a broad network of relationships. Outsource your technology, but don't outsource your relationships. Social media is audience engagement. Thank you.